Having won the toss through their giant captain midfielder Sean O'Brien, Ardscoil have decided to play with the advantage of the breeze in the opening 30 minutes of this game, and they will be playing in towards the town goal end in the opening half of what is likely to be a very competitive 2010 Dr. Harty Cup final. In the Kilkenny strip, if you like, black and amber, we have Ardscoil of Limerick, and in blue and gold, flying the flag for Tipperary Thurles CBS, who of course are the defending champions and seeking their 8th title this afternoon. Match referee Pat Casey gets us underway here in Nina. Early possession on the side of Ardscoil briefly through Brendan O'Connor. Over carrying on the part of Thurles CBS, and this is an advantage for Ardscoil and a decent scoring opportunity for them. Declan Hannon is the centre half forward for the Limerick champions, and now looking for his first point of the afternoon. Declan Hannon, some 68 metres out from the goal, commanded by Aidan Stakelum this afternoon. Hannon is also in search of his 20th point of the campaign. Here is the effort from the centre half forward, and he has struck it beautifully inside the left hand upright. The opening score of the contest falls to Declan Hannon. 20 points now for him in the 2010 Dr. Harty Cup campaign. Play back underway with his first cousin, would you believe, Aidan Stakelum, playing in goal today for Thurles CBS. The All-Ireland champions as well as the Harty Cup champions. Slipped forward by Niall O'Brien. Mike O'Brien is looking for it, so too is Niall Kennedy. The chop down has been spotted by a very vigilant match referee. And Thurles CBS find themselves in possession and a chance to level the game through their free taker Mike O'Brien of Clonmel. O'Brien had a fine outing in the semi-final victory a few weeks ago against Nina CBS, in which he chipped in with a very valuable 9 points. Mike O'Brien looking to level the game. That's a delightful effort on the part of O'Brien, and we're level, a point apiece inside the opening couple of minutes of this match. PJ Hole of Adair, good long puck out by the goalkeeper for Ardscoil, wind assisted of course in this first half. Possession claimed by Dennis Maher, the Thurles CBS captain. Good stick control by Niall Kennedy for Ardscoil. Plenty of elevation in this one, and that's on target. Niall Kennedy. A wonderful point by the player from Granaballangary, and it nudges Ardscoil back in front by the narrowest of margins. Aidan Stakelum from Holy Cross Ballyacahal. That's a fine goal delivery against the breeze. Possession is with Cathal McInerney. Support inside. Ardscoil moving swiftly in towards attack. Thurles CBS standing their ground well in the heart of their defence, and the clearance eventually away by Dennis Maher. Trying to involve members of his half forward line. Plenty of bunching here. Eventually it's on the side of Ardscoil with Martin Maroney. Tries to sneak it into the path of Sean O'Brien. And they do come away with it, do Ardscoil. They're very fired up. Here's Declan Hannon. He had the first point of the afternoon. Now he has 2. Declan Hannon, 1 from a free and 1 from open play. He is settling well into his role at centre half forward here. Declan Hannon of the Adair club. Being marshalled today by Dennis Maher and company. We're back underway straight away with Aidan Stakelum bringing play beyond halfway. Hoping to set up an attack here for Thurles CBS with Pat Ralph. Ralph is onto it too. Gets by Shane Dowling. Send Pat Ralph. The advantage has been played for the midfielder, but he's left it behind. And here's Martin Maroney for Ardscoil with a fine clearance. Down on top of the left corner forward, that's Adrian Breen. Snapshot in by Breen, but he's pushed it. The first wide of this 2010 Dr. Harty Cup final. Adrian Breen, the player that had the chance there. One of many players from the Napiercy club in Limerick City. A senior club that contested last year's Limerick Senior Hurling final unsuccessfully against Adair. Cathal McInerney reading the situation ever so well, the right half back for Ardscoil. As far as Kevin Downs, he's beaten to it. Cathal Carroll is away. Thurles CBS, and again it breaks down in the half forward line. Certainly the half back line are playing well. Ardscoil Reach have a chance here. John Fitzgibbon, he's hooked, second chance, and it's out for a 65. John Fitzgibbon was the player that was left totally isolated inside, and Thurles CBS can breathe a huge sigh of relief that this is just a 65 to come. A reminder of the score, 3 points to 1 as we play the 6th minute of the opening half. Declan Hannon, so with this resulting 65, going in search of his 3rd point of the afternoon. The breeze as fresh as ever. Hannon, winner of a county senior hurling medal in Limerick last year with his club Adair. Strikes this one long, but it looks to be going left, or is it in? It's in. Good score, Declan Hannon, his 3rd point. He's 2nd from a free. Suddenly the margin between the two teams has widened to 3 points. Aidan Stakelum recommences the action here for Thurles CBS. Looking for back-to-back titles for what would be the 3rd time in their history. This attack hasn't worked out well. It's Brendan O'Connor that intercepts for Ardscoil, brings play towards Mark Ryan. He in turn has lost out, but available it's Sean O'Brien. O'Brien for Ardscoil Reach, looking for options. Plays it down the left wing towards Adrian Breen territory. Stephen Maher is trying to stay with him. It's still very much alive at the open stand side of McDonagh Park in Nina. Here seeks Adrian Breen for Ardscoil Reach, delivers it towards his full forward. That's Kevin Downs. Here's Kevin Downs, falls neatly for him, and it's in. What a goal! Kevin Downs, his 4th goal of the Dr. Harty Cup campaign. Great ball through by Adrian Breen. Kevin Downs was at the end of it, and my word, what an outstanding finish by Kevin Downs. And suddenly there's a big gap between these two teams. Ardscoil Reach very far up, and they lead 1 goal and 4 to a solitary point for Thurles CBS. Aidan Stakelum's ball forward. The advantage momentarily with Thurles CBS. Niall O'Brien is the player that has been knocked over, and this free is for Thurles. Mike O'Brien, he's midway between the 45 and 65. And this is within his scope. Mike O'Brien, he's the sole scorer so far for Thurles CBS as he looks for his 2nd point. He has it. Both of his scores have arrived from frees, and also both from the right flank of the Thurles CBS attack. Champions first in 1933, they followed up with wins in 38, 39, 50, 51, 56, and then the big gap to last year, 2009. Meanwhile, up with play in front of a packed stand here, the line ball has been awarded for Thurles CBS. 5 points, the difference between these two teams. The outsiders before the off, the side in front, smashing cut by John Maher for Thurles CBS. Taken well behind by Mark Carmody of Ardscoil and Ardscoil Reach. Touched on forward by Declan Hannon, but at the expense of a line ball. A 2nd line ball in quick succession here for Thurles CBS. Today appearing in the final for the 16th occasion. Maher once again with a neat sideline cut forward. Great catch by Cathal McInerney. Niall Kennedy is the available player. The direct route is through on top of the inside forward line. A full forward line that includes Kevin Downs. Good block down. John Maher is the player that's chasing it. So too a couple of Ardscoil Reach players arrive in support. It's available for them. This one fired in towards the goal. Takes a wicket deflection. The goalkeeper has seen it though. This is Aidan Stakelum. Stakelum, a big relieving clearance on the part of the Holy Cross Ballycahill goalkeeper. Thurles CBS looking to settle more into this contest, because certainly Ardscoil have made the brighter start in Nina. John Bergen Block down is good and effective by Declan Hannon. Emerging with it though, Dennis Maher, the Thurles CBS captain. Released towards Niall O'Brien. O'Brien's effort in is dropping short, but still involving his full forward line, including Mike O'Brien. Mark Carmody is the player crouching, trying to win it. It's available for Thurles CBS. Referee has spotted an infringement, and this is going to be a free smack in front of the goal, and a very easy opportunity for Mike O'Brien to collect his third point and reduce the margin between them down to just 4 points. To this afternoon's final, had a very good win against St. Clements of Shannon in the semi-final, a reversal of last year's outcome, and also notable victories over St. Coleman's, Cashel and Templemore, and they drew of course early on in the campaign against Middleton. Right now it is a free for Mike O'Brien. A Thurles CBS team of course today without their regular free taker Aidan McCormack, forced to miss this game through suspension. Mike O'Brien, 2 points in the bag already. This should be nothing but a routine opportunity for him to collect his third point of the 2010 Dr. Harty Cup final campaign. He drops it in. It was dipping, but it is a point for Mike O'Brien, his third. And it's also only a third for Thurles CBS. Time-wise, we're playing a little over 11 minutes of the first half. PJ Hall restarts play for Ardscoil, opting to go the right side of the attack. It proves profitable right now. No advantage being allowed. Sean O'Brien was held back. It's going to be a free and a reasonably simple opportunity for Ardscoil to cancel out that point at the opposite end moments ago by Mike O'Brien. John Fitzgibbon is going to take this one. Son of former All-Star nominee Shane Fitzgibbon, who hurled with Limerick for a little over a decade. John Fitzgibbon looking to open his account in this afternoon's final in front of a very healthy attendance at Nina. Should be within his range, 35 metres out from the goal. And John Fitzgibbon pops it home, his first point of the day. 2 goals and 25 points now for him in the Dr. Harty Championship campaign of 2010. Aidan Stakelum kept on his toes so far in this game, beaten of course by the goal from Kevin Downs earlier in this first quarter. That was pretty blatant. The referee has seen it. Mr. Casey of Waterford. It's a free for Thurles CBS, but it could also be maybe the first yellow card of today's final. When play does resume, it is going to be a free for Thurles CBS, who find themselves in arrears by 5 points, and a yellow card has been shown also. It's the first of the day.
After 2 minutes in the second half in Dublin, it's Dublin 1-12, Tipperary 1-7.
Thurles CBS, a reasonable opportunity for them. Mike O'Brien with his shot. Is it on target? The umpire indicates that it's not. Missed opportunity for Mike O'Brien and for Thurles CBS. What is a smashing occasion for the final weather-wise, and the rest here at the well-positioned and well-laid-out MacDonagh Park in Nina. Brendan O'Connor getting away from Philip Luby. Ball was thrown, free for Thurles CBS. Thurles CBS find themselves in possession in the heart of their own defence to the Thurles Sarsfield centre half back, Denny Maher. Dennis Maher for Thurles. Breeze has dropped somewhat. Here's the drive forward by Maher. Goalkeeper PJ Hall has said it's wide, but more importantly, the umpire has indicated that it's also wide. A second wide now on the trot for the defending champions, Thurles CBS. Hall, one of 3 players from Adair on the starting 15 for Ardscoil. They also have Declan Hannon at centre half forward and John Fitzgibbon in the right full forward slot. Back with a play, Niall O'Brien. Loose only as far as Shane Dowling. difficulty in controlling it, the centre half back for Ardscoil Reach. It's anybody's ball, but it's Ardscoil that emerged with it, and that's a very clever ball sent forward by Sean O'Brien. Intercepting was Cathal Barrett, but it's gone loose once again. Fullback claims it, Cathal Carroll, and suddenly it almost went astray. Play has been allowed to continue, and it's Thurles CBS coming on the counter-attack with John Bergen. Bergen dropping it into the corner of Mike O'Brien. Mike O'Brien trying to sidestep Alan Dempsey. He's gone inside as O'Brien. The free has been given. The free has been given. We're midway through the first half. As things stand, Ardscoil Reach of Limerick 1 goal and 5. Thurles CBS of Tipperary 3 points. Mike O'Brien, it's most unlikely that he will try a pot at goal. Half a dozen players on the goal line. Here's Mike O'Brien. He's gone for the goal, and the goalkeeper spotted it. That's PJ Hall, and that's a fine stop by him. But one wonders, why should they have gone for a goal so early on? It might inspire Ardscoil Reach. Brendan O'Connor's delivery downfield, picked up here by James Burke. Burke uses the support of Stephen Maher. He in turn has been blocked down. Might be available for Adrian Breen. It's not. Thurles CBS gather possession. High drama midway through the first half. There's a free man. Thurles CBS use it very well. That was midfielder Pat Dunn dropping it as far as Mike O'Brien. Ardscoil looking for a free. Alan Dempsey doesn't get it, and now the referee gives one against Ardscoil, to the delight of the Thurles CBS supporters, but certainly not to the satisfaction of the Ardscoil fans here in Nenagh. They're still very much in this game, are Thurles CBS, though they've only managed 3 points and all from frees. Mike O'Brien, I'm sure he's not going to go for a goal this time. Sensible call by him. It's his 4th pointed free of the 2010 Dr. Harty Cup final. The breeze has dropped, but it is behind Ardscoil Reach of Limerick in this first half. Pull doesn't work out. Here come Thurles CBS, and again a lot of the ball revolving around Mike O'Brien territory, and another free. Thurles CBS are winning a huge catalogue of frees down the right side of the attack, and that appears to be Mike O'Brien that's down injured once again. A Thurles CBS selection that has a management team of Martin Maher, Paddy McCormack, Niall Cahill, Pierce Murphy and Emily Hayden also involved. Attention still being given on the near sideline. We're going to have a replacement free taker, and this is Pat Ralph from Icarki Boris. He's going to take the free instead. Not the easiest of angles. Here he comes. Doesn't seem to present any problem to the midfielder. And Pat Ralph becomes the first player for Thurles outside of Mike O'Brien to get in on the scoring act. A pointed free for him. Thurles CBS are down to 14 players momentarily, but play has recommenced. Linesman indicating that it's going to be an Ardscoil Reach advantage this time with a line ball. 3 points, the difference between the two teams. Ardscoil Reach Limerick 1 goal and 5 points. Thurles CBS Tipperary 5 points. Declan Hannon. This could be within his scope. Here's Declan Hannon. He's not going to be too far away, but it's still not good enough for the white flag to be raised. It's only a second wide, I make it, for Ardscoil Reach. Aidan Stakelum for the defending champions. Philip Luby appears to have drifted out towards the right wing for Thurles CBS. Possession is theirs. It's sent forward by Pat Ralph. And away goes Mike O'Brien. Shadowing him this time, it's Martin Maroney. Here is O'Brien landing it dangerously in, but it's wide. There is a positional switch in the Ardscoil Reach defence. Alan Dempsey and Martin Maroney appear to have swapped positions down the left side of the defence. Mike O'Brien causing some problems. And he has problems of his own right now. Also has Mike O'Brien in the right full forward position. Picked up an injury earlier on in this game and still seems to be suffering from that. On the timepiece, exactly 20 minutes played in an eventful first half of this year's Dr. Harty Cup final. Reach making their debut in the Harty Cup final today. Liam Cronin, Derek Larkin, Natal O'Grady, Jimmy Brown, and double All-Ireland under-21 medal winner with Limerick, Niall Mourne, their management structure. Batted down by John Maher, coming through Shane Dowling. Dowling's effort well blocked. Looks to recover, does the piercing man. Has support. That support is with Alan Dempsey. He clips it forward. The full forward liner looking to make progress here. The advantage is with Ardscoil Reach. And the nippy corner forward, that is John Fitzgibbon. But he's turned once too many. The advantage lost by Ardscoil Reach. Thurles CBS have themselves out free. Well into the closing quarter of this first half. Dinny Maher, the centre back, is going to take this one. The margin between the two teams standing at just 3 points. This one dropped as far as the attack for Thurles CBS, and possession is theirs, at least it was. They're trying to recover and they've done well. It's Mike O'Brien playing well. Here's Mike O'Brien throwing it in towards the goal. The goalkeeper, PJ Hall, saw it, but so too did the referee. It's going to be a square ball and a let off there for Ardscoil Reach. PJ Hall, the goalkeeper himself, is going to take the resulting free. It's back on the small parallelogram. His team leads the defending champions by 3 points, 1 goal and 5 to 5 points. Neat delivery outfield. Free given in favour of Declan Hannon. Ardscoil Reach haven't scored in a while. They could do with a score. Declan Hannon is going to leave this one, and it's young John Fitzgibbon that's coming out to take. His finest game in this season's campaign was undoubtedly against Cashel when he scored 2 goals and 7 points. Now John Fitzgibbon, 1 point already. Would love to make it 2 in the bag here in this first half. John Fitzgibbon strikes it towards the general direction of the goal. Good effort by him. And the margin has been increased to 4 points with Ardscoil Reach of Limerick in front. Taken here for Ardscoil by Martin Maroney. And Ardscoil are coming swiftly into attack with Niall Kennedy directing it towards the centre. The hand went up belonging to Kevin Downs, but it's Thurles CBS that have emerged with it. The advantage has been played. Mark Carmody. Cathal McInerney is the player in the end that has it. This is McInerney. Again, Thurles CBS. Ardscoil are trying to recover. They've done reasonably well, but it's a very loose situation right now. Declan Hannon digging in, so to Pat Dunn. This is Sean O'Brien on the Ardscoil Reach team. Sean O'Brien slips it forward for John Fitzgibbon, taken at the back. That's Cathal Carlaway. Thurles CBS have found themselves with the slither and going on the counter-attack. Clipped forward by Pat Ralph to the right wing. The advantage not allowed, but it's Mike O'Brien that has it. This time he's fouled. The culprit was Martin Maroney of Partine and Ardscoil Reach. The bulk of the players for Ardscoil Reach are from Limerick, but they also have some representatives from Clare and also Tipperary. Thurles CBS and Mike O'Brien. Jimmy Dial, Eddie Enright, Lark Corbett, of course, all played for Thurles CBS down through the years. And Mike O'Brien has judged this one well. It's now 5 points for Mike O'Brien. He is certainly keeping his team in the chase here. Anxious to get on with play, the goalkeeper PJ Hall. It has worked out in the end for Ardscoil Reach, okay. That's Cathal McInerney. Now it's Adrian Breen. Player available to his right. That player is utilised. It's Declan Hannon. His effort snuffed out, and Thurles CBS in turn have lost out. Hannon, oh, it's tit for tat, but Thurles CBS are emerging with it. Thurles CBS trying to involve Dara Devan, the full forward, against Owen McCarthy. It's Devan that has won it. McCarthy standing his ground well. Into open space. Should be available. It is for Martin Maroney. Maroney goes the direct route. Comes into the path of Thurles CBS, and defender John Maher gets it away. Crowd don't like some of the refereeing calls, so there hasn't been one for a moment or two. Sean O'Brien unable to control it. Thurles CBS are there in numbers. This is Philip Luby, well taken down. Ardscoil, lively passage of play. Ardscoil driving it forward with Niall Kennedy, looking for his second point. It's wide. As things stand, Ardscoil Reach of Limerick 1 goal and 6. Thurles CBS 6 points. Jamie Shanahan of 6 Mile Bridge has been introduced into the Ardscoil Reach team. A utility player, Jamie Shanahan of the 6 Mile Bridge Club. Given us the player that has made way for the introduction. Back with the action. That's knocked forward by Mark Harmony for the CBS. Back in their rhythm now, and from halfway up towards Darren Devan. Broken away from him. And now Devan is onto it once again, somehow challenged unfairly by Owen McCarthy in the eyes of the referee. That free arriving as we play the 28th minute of the first half. Ardscoil Reach enjoying such a splendid start to the game, raced ahead by 6 points, now find themselves clinging on to a 3-point lead. Back with play, and the free has been struck decisively over the crossbar. That brings it down to 2 points. The difference between these two teams. Mike O'Brien once again has now scored 6 points, all from frees. Here's PJ Hall for Ardscoil Reach and for Limerick. Thurles CBS finishing this half better. In the action is Dennis Maher. His shot has been blocked, but there are support players. But so too is Kevin Downs available on the Ardscoil selection. Challenge wasn't the prettiest, so the referee has seen that. The player that's going to be spoken with here is Kevin Downs, goal scorer in this Harty Cup final. One yellow card has already been shown in this match. The referee is having forward here with 1 or 2 players. Free for Thurles CBS, but maybe we're going to have a throw-in right now. The free is going out rather than in. The player that was yellow carded on the Thurles CBS team was Stephen Maher. Free man available here is midfielder Pat for Thurles CBS. Has he scored? No. There can't have been much in it, but it's not there. It's wide for Thurles CBS. 1-6 to 7 points. Ardscoil Reach lead. Short goal puck out. Wind assisted now. Mark Carmody sends it downfield, but it slips through towards Denny Maher. Dennis Maher being pursued by Adrian Breen. Looking for options. One player available is Philip Luby. Hacked away for Thurles CBS as far as an attack that has Niall O'Brien chasing for it. No whistle from the referee. Ardscoil Reach trying to break through with Niall Kennedy. It's still theirs, and this is Declan Hannon. It looks to get engaged in the action as well. 2 or 3 Thurles CBS players. Referee halts play. He's going to throw it in. Into the final minute in terms of stoppage time in this first half. Ball has been sent through. This is Brendan O'Connor. Too many steps. The free is for Thurles CBS. Scores have dried up here for Ardscoil Reach of Limerick. Thurles CBS to be favoured by the breeze in the second half. All that has dropped significantly. Aidan Stakelum, perhaps the last piece of action in the first half. Stakelum, and that indeed is the end of the first half of the 2010 Dr. Harty Cup final. A tremendous start to the game for Ardscoil Reach of Limerick. A brave fight back by Thurles CBS. 2 points between them at half time. It's Ardscoil Reach Limerick 1 goal in 6. Thurles CBS Tipperary 7 points. As we await the start of the second half, it's noticeable that Thurles CBS have made a substitution at the interval as well. Brian Campion has been introduced, and it looks as if Keane Tracy has been rested. Second half of the 2010 Dr. Harty Cup final is underway. Ardscoil Reach of Limerick, the outsiders, holding a 2-point lead. 1-6 to 7 points. Area attack though. CBS, Mark Harmony trying to control it for Ardscoil. Centre back is Shane Dowling, runs away from him. Thurles CBS have possession. The ball was not thrown, says the referee, and that's over by Mike O'Brien. Left full forward, but he has started his second half in the right full position. And would you believe it, that's the first point from play for Thurles CBS. Goal scored in the opening half then, a 5 from threes. Mike O'Brien with 6 and Pat Ralph, midfielder, with 9. PJ Hall, Breeze holding this one up a little. Thurles CBS race onto it once again. Pat Dunn stood his ground well, flicked forward by Niall O'Brien. Here's Mike O'Brien. O'Brien trying to find a way through. Goalkeeper come out and commits himself, and it's left to Owen McCarthy in the end to clear it anywhere for Ardscoil Reach. Philip Luby available, midfielder Pat Dunn. Challenge comes from Declan Hannon. Referee has indicated that there is going to be a free for Ardscoil. It's from Declan Hannon. Referee has indicated that there is going to be a free for Ardscoil. If single point between the two teams early on in the second half. Official attendance this afternoon for the final 2,596. Ardscoil Reach with the free. He's picking up again in this second half. And it's going to be a free here for Ardscoil Reach. It's a very decent opportunity for them to lob over the first point for them of the closing half. It's Declan Hannon that's going to take it. Wearing 21, but operating the right side of the half forward. Ardscoil Reach, so with Declan Hannon wearing 21, but operating the right side of the half forward. Make it 4. Testing angle here for Declan Hannon. He's pushed it. First wide of the closing half for him and for his team. That's 6 in total now for Ardscoil Reach of Limerick. Limerick CBS won here against St. Flannans. It was back in 1993. That was an upset. Is there going to be another upset on the cards here today? Ardscoil Reach have delivered it forward towards Jamie Shanahan. Here's James Shanahan now, looking for options. One is to go it alone. Here's James Shanahan with an effort, but it's not on target. Quick second wide for Ardscoil this half. Aidan Stakelum almost reaching right down the top of his full forward line. Indeed, it's the full back that's called into action, Owen McCarthy. And pass reaches Alan Dempsey of McPherson. And for Ardscoil Reach, unable to hold on to it, Mark Ryan of McPherson also. Ardscoil have players available deep inside their own defensive territory, and they're making use of it with Niall Kennedy. Adrian Green attempting to keep it alive. It's taken a deflection, and the line ball stands in favour of Ardscoil Reach. Reminder of the score in the early stages of the second half. Ardscoil Reach of Limerick 1 goal and 6. Thurles CBS 8 points. The bare minimum between them. It's Kevin Downs with the resulting line ball. Downs who grabs the Abe's only goal so far after 8 minutes. He stylishly dispatched the slither. That's Abe's only goal so far after 8 minutes. He stylishly dispatched the slither. It's pushed towards the left. Can he be kept in play? It can. Umpire keeps his hands down. Possession alive on the Ardscoil Reach side of things. The challenge has been noted as Mark Ryan was receiving the ball. Hannon. His team yet to score in this second half. That's into its 6th minute. To restore a 2-point lead. Declan Hannon drilling it straight and true. First point of this half. 4th overall for Declan Hannon. 3 of which have arrived from frees. And which somewhere in between. A classy point from open play. Aidan Stakelum that restarts the game. Brian Campion. Campion, 2 options. One of those, midfielder Pat Ralph. His attempted effort forward blocked. Referee has seen the subsequent chop down, the free for Ardscoil Reach. Shane Dowling knocks it forward, carrying a good bit of distance. Kevin Downs whips across, and there to intercept and clear his lines well. Dinny Maher, the captain of Thurles CBS, flying clean catch here. Ardscoil available at halfway. Niall Kennedy, still Niall Kennedy, dribbles it through, and this is another free for Ardscoil Reach. Adrian Green. Adrian Breen of McPherson, the player that was fouled. Linesman is indicating the spot for which the free can be taken. A very good chance here of moving back in front by 3 clear points in this historic game for them. The very first appearance in the Dr. Harty Cup, which they entered only a short few years ago. Having been there in the past briefly also. Declan Hannon, he has done nothing wrong today. Captain of the successful Dean Ryan side of a couple of years ago. Play has already recommenced towards the stand side. John Bergen for Thurles CBS. His team adrift by a goal. Dara Devan is last out. Mark Harmony, Owen McCarthy and Alan Dempsey doing well in the full back line for Ardscoil Reach. Has been stopped. Going to resume with another goal puck out here for Aidan Stakelum. Meanwhile, Ardscoil Reach have reintroduced John Fitzgibbon to their attack. Off the field for now. Receiving attention is Sean O'Brien. Play does continue. Ardscoil looking to lock their lines behind. It was Mark Harty initially. Now Thurles CBS, good interception. Ardscoil reach. They're well in the chase here, leading. Kevin Downs, the player in possession, and Downs is away. And a good solo run. Here's Downs, the midfielder. How about the finish? Is it good? It's not, unfortunately, for Downs. He did everything so well, but it didn't work out in the end for him. Revolving door system for Ardscoil. Sean O'Brien back in after receiving attention at the near sideline. John Fitzgibbon rested for now. It's 1 goal and 8 to 8 points. Thurles CBS are behind, but in attack, John Bergen. Declan Hannon looks for it back, and he has it too. Here's Hannon. What a great prospect for Limerick hurling. Looking to grab it behind the Thurles CBS fullback. He has it momentarily. Carl. There was support there also. Claiming it for Ardscoil. Shane Dowling, and winning an important free also. The Ardscoil reach centre half-back. We're into the 10th minute of the second half. 2010 edition of the Dr. Harty Cup. This is the final. Now it's Shane Dowling. He is holding this one short. Mark Ryan looking to double on it. The right half forward for Ardscoil reach. They've trailed all through this game from the very first few moments with Declan Hannon popped over the first of his 5 points so far in this contest. Aidan Stakelum, 35 metres out from his own goal. 1-8 for Ardscoil reach, 8 points for Thurles CBS. The sun in the eyes of the defence here for Ardscoil reach. It's grabbed by the centre half forward. He's whipped shot in, and now it's followed home. Pat Dunn has got the goal, we reckon. Philip Blueby with the initial shot. That was blocked. Took a ricochet into the path of Pat Dunn. And he has got the levelling score of the Dr. Harty Cup final. We're level all of a sudden here at McDonagh Park in Nina. Pat Dunn of Thurles Sarsfields with an invaluable goal for his team. PJ Hall has to contend with the sun in his eyes in this closing half. Ball arrives at halfway. Push that time was Niall Kennedy, the free for Ardscoil. Liam Cronin, Derek Larkin, Natalo Grady, Jimmy Brown, and Niall Moore, the backroom team. History seeking Ardscoil reach. Declan Hannon. Yes, it's likely to be pushed towards the full forward line given the strength of the breeze, or can he carry it all the way? He can! What a magnificent hit by Declan Hannon into the teeth of the breeze, and Ardscoil reach of Limerick are back in front. An incredible score by Hannon. Once again, we have a substitution. John Fitzgibbon has been reintroduced into the team, and it's Mark Ryan that is making way for the reintroduction of John Fitzgibbon. Signal has been given for the recommencement of play. Aidan Stakelum, long as ever by the goalkeeper for Thurles CBS. Plenty of ball juggling. Ardscoil looking to hold their own behind. Ball flicked through towards midfielder and goal scorer Pat Dunn. Comes out instead though to Alan Dempsey. Hannon has won it against the odds. Here's Declan Hannon, star of the show so far this match. John Fitzgibbon. Here's Fitzgibbon, he's brushed his way through. It's Fitzgibbon for Ardscoil, and he's won a very important free. John Fitzgibbon may be disappointed that the advantage was not allowed that time. Nonetheless, it is a free. And a very good chance here. Ardscoil reach of Limerick to move in front by 2 points. Very important stage, the 2010 Dr. Harty Cup Final. McDonough Park in Nina, well populated for such a game. Thurles CBS had entered as warm favourites. Living centre half back, but now pushed into attack in the closing half here. He seems to be okay. We're back with play and Declan Hannon to go for a free. 6 points already. This should make it 7 maybe. Here comes the opportunity, and that's in and over. Declan Hannon, his 7 point. Dangerous margin, but Ardscoil have that lead by a couple of points now. 1 goal and 10 for them, 1 goal and 8 points for Thurles CBS. Gives the free, and this free is for Thurles CBS. Big scoring range also for them. Tommy Doyle will be introduced into the game a few moments from now for Thurles CBS. All eyes though now focused on Mike O'Brien. 7 points. 6 of those scored from frees. Here comes Mike O'Brien, umpires looking to call it good, and they do. Mike O'Brien. He's missed very, very little here in this match. Deficit down to 1 solitary point. Themselves have produced some great players in recent times. John Galvin, the All-Star Football nominee, Barry Hennessy, goalkeeper supreme Donica Sheehan, and also players Darragh Honan. Confirmation of the substitution for Thurles CBS. Darragh Honan is off and Tommy Doyle is on. Back underway, a point between the two teams. The side of Drifter going for the equaliser. That's Thurles CBS with their midfielder. Is it good? It looks to be. It is. Pat Ralph. Pat Ralph with his first point from play. Nephew of Kim Ralph, who hurled club level with Mike Harty Morris and also with Jack Castle there. He won a Munster Club title. We're level for the second time, 1 goal and 10 points apiece. It's desperately tight here at McDonough Park in Nina. Niall Kennedy. Thurles CBS have players available in defence, and they've driven it straight down on top of their attack. Too much behind them. It's going to be a line ball here for Ardscoil. A little over 10 minutes to go in the game. Ardscoil having led by 2 points at half time, 1-6 to 7 points. Then Pat Dunn, the midfielder, tied it up at 1 goal and 8 points apiece. And just moments ago, Pat Ralph has tied it up once again for a second occasion. But Thurles CBS, importantly, have never led the match. John Fitzgibbon's attempted drive through is a clever one because he's managed to win a line ball. John Fitzgibbon, is he going to take it? It appears that he is. In the end, it's John Fitzgibbon. Sends forwards. Thurles CBS are under with John Barrett, but somehow they managed to win it back. And that was in by Adrian Green out of absolutely zilch. And Thurles CBS are looking to clear their lines here with Aidan Staken. He searches on for the lead score at either end of the ground. Adron from way over on the far sideline. It's not there, or is it? One umpire says yes, one says no. What's it going to be? The referee is to be consulted. The referee is to be consulted, and this is a very big call. One umpire is adamant that it is a point. It seems to come from the right wing from the stick of Adron. This is a huge call. Is it wide or is it a point? Is he going to give it? He's given it. That's a massive call in the overall context of the game, because now Thurles CBS have moved in front for the very first time, 111 to 110. And that arrives in the 22nd minute of the half. Ardscoil of Limerick are behind for the first time. Thurles CBS looking to build on it. Taken at the back. This is Alan Dempsey. Dempsey now forward for Ardscoil. Referee has stopped play, and it's going to be a throw-in. What's going to happen here? It's an incident-packed closing quarter here. 8 minutes of normal time to go. The 2010 Dr. Harty Cup final, and certainly a draw not be ruled out at this stage. Thurles CBS in front, if only just 111 to 110. All three thrown in, and in it goes. Kennedy was looking for it on the Ardscoil team. Eventually does creep loose, and Ardscoil are coming towards halfway and beyond. Knocked forward by Shoney O'Brien, giant captain. The advantage has been played. It comes towards Kevin Downs. He's looking to level the game once again. Kevin Downs, has he done it? He certainly has. Kevin Downs, great point under immense pressure. We're level for the third occasion. Back with the action. Thurles CBS. Referee gives the free in favour of the attacking team, and the chance falls their way to restore their advantage. No doubt it will be Mike O'Brien that will strike. And in the 24th minute now of this second half, Ardscoil of Limerick, Thurles CBS sub Tipperary. They are level, 1 goal, 11 points apiece. It's Mike O'Brien for Thurles CBS. What is the call this time? No hesitancy on the part of the umpire. He has raised the white flag, and Mike O'Brien gives Thurles CBS a narrow 1-point lead once again. It's hugely exciting here in Nina today. Ardscoil have possession and are free. From a similar situation earlier in this half, they managed a point through this very same player, Declan Hannon. He's played a lead role here today. 7 points in the match. Declan Hannon looking to tie it up once again. This is going a little bit left. It stays left all the way, and Thurles CBS holds on to the narrowest of leads. Staken. ready to restart the play. A little bit of reshuffling of the deck on the part of the Ardscoil Selectorial Committee. Thurles CBS have it. This is the man that they push for the second half, Dennis Maher, but he's not managed to squeeze it inside the right-hand upright. Thurles CBS holding on to a narrow 112 to 111 lead. Ball comes towards halfway from the stick of PJ Hall. This is Pat Ralph scoring a point earlier on in this game. This one is short. Goalkeeper not well positioned in terms of the it's gone left anyhow in terms of the sun. That was a good chance for Thurles CBS, but the sun is very difficult to deal with in terms of the goalkeeper behind their hole and the men in front of him as well, Mark Carmody, Owen McCarthy and Alan Dempsey. This as far as the half forward line. Can they get some change here? Ardscoil not if James Burke has his way. Stalemate inside, the ball was picked off the ground and he's given it in favour of Thurles CBS. Aidan Stakelum is being drafted out from goal to take this resulting free. Less than 4 minutes to go. He's being sent back into goal. Thurles CBS. Breeze behind the free taker, who is Pat Ralph. Ralph drives this one towards the goal. It's another wide. They've missed a fair few chances in this second half of Thurles CBS. But they still somehow managed to lead by one solitary point. It's that close. 112 against 111. PJ Hall puts all his might behind this one. The catch is clean. It's for Thurles CBS. Carl Barrett available. Blockdown is effective. Ardscoil behind by a point. This one is blocked down. Adrian Green was the player that attempted to send it through. Linesman has flagged it. Good in favour of Ardscoil. Mark Carmody. He's been brought out to right hand back, it would appear. Sideline ball. Didn't connect well. Thurles CBS are in to grab it. That's John Berger that runs into some difficulty. It's anybody's ball on the line. Linesman has flagged it, or has he not? No, there is a free. And it's a free for Ardscoil in the 28th minute of the closing half. Ardscoil are behind by one. Ever so close. A dramatic finale to the game. Declan Hannon. He has pointed on 4 occasions in this second half. Here comes Hannon now. He sent it well towards the goal, but it stayed left for him. And so Thurles CBS are still holding on to that 1 point lead. There's time for anything to happen. The closing finale to the 2010 Dr. Harty Cup final. Aidan Stakelum, his team chasing an 8th Dr. Harty Cup. The title they first won way back in 1933. It's batted down. Here's a chance for Thurles CBS, but it's wide for the stick of Mike O'Brien. Time. We have 3 minutes of additional time to be allowed at the end of the designated 30. Ardscoil looking for it, and they have it with Niall Kennedy. And in turn, it's Declan Hannon. Hannon runs into trouble, and it's good trouble for Ardscoil because he has a free. Is arriving in the final minutes of normal time. We are going to 3 minutes of additional time also. Thurles CBS leading by 1. 1 goal and 12 to 1 goal and 11. Ardscoil of Limerick appearing in their very first Dr. Harty Cup final. What a day it would be if history was to be made here. First things first, we have the free. And Declan Hannon. 55 metres or thereabouts between himself and the goal, manned by his first cousin Aidan Stakelum. Here is Hannon. He drops it towards the general direction of the goal, but he hasn't found the range. He'll be disappointed with that. He thought he was good at wide. We're right down now on the 30 minutes. In fact, we've just moved into stoppage time. Both teams have had chances. Thurles CBS to pull away. Ardscoil reach to draw level. Right now, Thurles CBS. Testing angle here for Mike O'Brien. He likes it, but it's wide. It's wide for Mike O'Brien. We've had a whole array of missed chances in this game, particularly in the closing quarter. But it's still very much in the melting pot. PJ Hall. Possession important around halfway. Thurles CBS win the loose ball. John Maher is the player that knocks it forward. Two players back. One of those for Ardscoil is Alan Dempsey. Finds Niall Kennedy. And Kennedy is a strong, athletic figure advancing here for Ardscoil. Kennedy looking for the levelling score. He too has driven it left. Chance after chance going astray here for Ardscoil with 90 seconds left of the stoppage time. Can Thurles CBS hold on? Aidan Stakelum. It's his goal delivery that sets off this promising attack for Thurles CBS, revolving around Niall O'Brien. In turn, his centre half back, Dennis Maher, and that too has gone left. Thurles CBS mentors are saying that it was inside. I don't think it was, in fairness. Not too many opportunities going now. Are left in the game. Thurles CBS. They need to get rid of it around halfway. Ardscoil have somehow managed to pinch it, and moving forward, it's Paul McInerney. Thurles CBS are trying to stop Ardscoil progressing towards their intended target. It's stalemate. Very much stalemate, but there's a late free. A late free somehow given for Ardscoil reach, and this surely the final act of the game. Will it be John Fitzgibbon, or will it be Declan Hannon to strike? We've played the 3 minutes of additional time, and we're level, or we could be level. It's Thurles CBS, 1 goal in 12, Ardscoil reach 1 goal in 11, and surely this will be the last act of the 2010 Dr. Harty Cup final. The pressure is immense on whatever player will be entrusted with taking this resulting free. It's stopped because Thurles CBS have a free. It's eventually run on the Thurles CBS side, and Ardscoil reach living find themselves with an unbelievable opportunity to draw this match and force a second outing. In other words, a replay. John Fitzgibbon. A major call on the part of the selectors to substitute him in the first half. He's done well since he was introduced once or twice in the closing half. Now, his team are behind by 1. He needs the point. The pressure is unbelievable on a young player, John Fitzgibbon. Fitzgibbon strikes it through. Has he found the range? Yes, he has. We're level. We're going for a replay. John Fitzgibbon has leveled the game. Maybe there could be time for a winner. We don't know. 1 goal and 12 points apiece. Here comes the delivery away. As expected, it's finished in a draw. It will go to another day, or so we reckon. Or will there be extra time? Unlikely. It's finished 1 goal and 12